Hello, I am Mystic Orange and this is video hashtag 580. In this video, I'll be discussing and reviewing a TV show called The Richie Rich Show. But before we get into this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out my previous videos. I did a video based on the Wings Club and as well as 16 and Laugh Olympics. Anyway, let's get into this video. So this show I'm talking about is called The Richie Rich Show. So where can you watch it and how did I get into seeing this show? So this is the first time I've seen The Richie Rich Show, so I haven't seen this before. What I was trying to do is look for other shows that were produced by Scooby-Doo. As you know, I've covered Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What's New Scooby-Doo? The Scooby-Doo movies, Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, as well as the Laugh Olympics. But I've also been scouring through the internet more things to look from Scooby-Doo. And this show caught my eye. What I was looking for was the Richie Rich show, the Scooby-Doo show. That's the one that I was looking for, but I couldn't find like any playlist to watch that particular show, so I couldn't able to cover that in particular. However, I did manage to find the original show of the Richie Rich show. Because I did do a research upon this. And I'm glad I found a playlist for this. You will find it in the YouTube. However, I will link the playlist in the description so you can access it yourself. I'm so glad I found this show. I did enjoy this. I think this show is kind of like an adventure type show. It's based on this boy named Richie, who is rich, obviously. He has tons of money, and we go on in his adventure. He has a dog named Dollar and a best friend named Gloria. And he has other side characters who help him, like there's Arona the maid, Cadbury the butler, Chef Pierre, and there was a Professor Keen Bean. He also has a mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Rich. And he has kind of like a frenemy with Reggie, yeah. It's a simple show about Richie Rich. There's no like a main plot about it, but yeah. When I think of this show, I think of another show called Little Princess. It's another show about a rich person. There's also another Nick Jr. show called Ben and Holly, and it focuses mainly on the rich people. However, I think this show is based on a real book called The Richie Rich. I don't think I've ever read this book, but this does get me familiar about something. I think I watched a movie based on a kid named Richie Rich, or I think his name was Richard Rich. I think along those lines. I don't remember fondly about this. It's a foggy memory of mine, but yeah, I think I did watch something similar. Anyway, moving from that, let's talk about the title of the show, which is The Richie Rich Show. I actually don't mind this title. I do think it's rather too simple, but I think it's fine. The fact that it's called The Richie Rich Show tells you what the show is. I do have an issue with titles, having the titular character. For this, I don't mind. I think Richie Rich is a unique name, and so I don't have an issue with it. Because, there's a show called The Scooby-Doo Show. I do have an issue with that in particular because I think, Scooby-Doo is a rather popular character, and I don't think the name of the title itself is, a fun play on words. But The Richie Rich Show, I don't mind at all. I think, yes, it's rather too simple. There could be a bit more creativity with this, but I think the fact that it tells you what it is, I think that's perfect. Also, I like the alliteration with this name, so I don't mind that either. And because of those things, I would give the title 4 out of 5 stars. The next thing that I want to talk about is the theme song of the Richie Rich show. I actually like the theme song of this show. It's sweet, it's catchy, it's cute. I like it. It's a good song to listen to. You can dance along with it. It's nice. And as you're listening to the theme song, you can kind of hear the theme song from the new Scooby Doo movies. And I do like that theme tune from the new Scooby Doo movies. The issue I have with this theme song, however, I don't think it's all that memorable because if I finish listening to the theme song, I can't remember what happened in the theme song. Not only that, but also I've heard a lot more theme song better than this. So I think by comparison, it wouldn't be fair to rate it this high. And because of this, I would have to rate this theme song 3 out of 5 stars. The next thing that I want to talk about is the art style and the animation of the Richie Rich show. Unfortunately, I can't be as positive about this than I have been with the other things. It's not the worst art style ever, not at all. I've seen worse. However, in terms of quality, this art style isn't that high. I have to bear in mind that this show did come in the 1980s, but even then I can't give it some slack because the show, the Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo show, that came in the same timeline. If not, it came before the show. And the quality of that show looks significantly better than this. And it's produced by the same company, Hanna-Barbera. I feel like the visuals are rather too saturated. It's not visually striking, in my opinion. And because of the poor quality of the visuals, I would have to rate the art style and the animation style 2 out of 5 stars. And now it's time to rate the show overall. I think the Richie Rich show is a fun show. I like the concept of this, and the idea of this show is solid. It's basically a show based on this boy. He's a rich kid. He's nice. I enjoy the shenanigans that happens in the show with the villains and such. If you want a downtime, this show is a perfect show for you. However, I don't think this show stands out to me. I do think this is a rather generic show. I do think it's a pleasant show to watch, so go ahead and watch it. However, I don't think this is groundbreaking. However, it's not the worst crime ever. It's a nice show to watch. So, all that being said, I would have to rate this show 3 out of 5 stars. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Have you ever watched this show? Let me know in the comments. Let us know how you thought of this show. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and have a lovely day.